They chillin' in Alaska, swimming in Atlanta, vultures out in Beemore, they Kira, Carolina, they wildin' in Chicago, howlin' down in Big D, Mile High in Denver, that Tallahassee pride is deep, they lunching in Vancouver, Desperado shooting, the renegades on the loose, the hyenas looting, gold out in QC, who higher than them sparrows, the fury swooping in divine order for the pharaohs, Indy on the rise, the sharks about to mash, gladiators, knights and Aztecs about to clash. Welcome to my all-pro party. Baby girl, this an all-pro party. The SFL is an all-pro party. They came out to see the all-pro party. Now welcome to my all-pro party. Baby girl, this an all-pro party. The SFL is an all-pro party. They came out to see an all-pro party. First and 10, I'm so aggressive. The end zone, the game plan, no pressure. They gotta pay me how they measure me. You know these haters on my back like the referee. You know I'm in it to win it. Game day, I'm about my business, I gotta get it. So I'm all about my ends. And these non-stop wins. They can't touch us, can't touch us. We turning up on these suckers. You know the D brought the ruckus. Cause we tighter than the huddles. Welcome to my all-pro party. Baby girl, this an all-pro party. The SFL is an all-pro party. They came out to see the all-pro party. And welcome to my all-pro party. Baby girl, this an all-pro party. The SFL is an all-pro party. They came out to see an all-pro party. Third down is going down. Round the pound, oh, we gotta air them out. That's why I gotta hit the route. Hit the flat, if I catch it, then I'm out. Fourth and inches gotta take. YOLO, just no pump fake. So tighten up and hit the power high. The outer blow and draw them off sides.
Irvine, Michaels, Ryan Michaels gets a block midfield. Ryan Michaels, he could be gone. Trying to make up from behind, he will not. Touchdown, Houston.
Welcome to my all-pro party. Baby girl, this an all-pro party. The SFL is an all-pro party. They came out to see the all-pro party. Now welcome to my all-pro party. Baby girl, this an all-pro party. The SFL is an all-pro party. They came out to see an all-pro party.
Yola shakes it. Oh my goodness, and Yola gets away. Jay Yola on the first play. Tallahassee is going to score again. Left side, Odom gets away. Odom breaks another tackle. That's Odom. You've got to be kidding me. Big chase, 10-5 touchdown! Oh my word!
Tonight, the Queen City Corsairs, who historically dominated all over St. Louis last week, will take the field again, this time against the Indianapolis Red Devils, who are looking to save their season. It's two teams headed in the opposite direction, but could an upset be upon us? We're about to find out on the SFL's Friday Night Lights, and it starts from the ninth circle right now. Welcome to Indianapolis, Indiana, everybody, for week 7 of the SFL season. We are officially at the midway point. I'm play-by-play Cameron Irvine, joined alongside by Jeff Mullenax and Stephen Mullenax. How you doing, Stephen?
Great, Cam. Great to be here on Friday Night Lights. The Corsairs enter tonight's matchup riding a 3-game winning streak, which all started with a 40-20 defeat of Indy back in week 4. As for the Red Devils, they are looking to snap their own 4-game losing streak with the help of a new offensive coordinator. Can he light a fire under this team We'll find out tonight.
A.J. Caswell and Steve Vitak meeting at the middle of the field. Caswell will select tails, a beautiful Friday night here in Indianapolis. 71 degrees, 10-mile-an-hour winds. It is gorgeous outside, and we're ready to go. The Cam is ready to go, and we're all set. Week number 7, Indianapolis, Roman Pena. Ball on the tee, hand in the air, kick it. We're underway. A very short kick return from the 12. This is Melvin Kalu II out to the 34-yard line. And A.J. Caswell hits the field, 6'3", 233 in his 4th season all with Queen City.
Yeah, Caswell had an excellent outing against this Red Devils team back in week 4. 181 yards, 2 touchdowns, and an interception in a 40-20 win for Queen City.
Queen City, 2 backs and 2 receivers, and the ever so dangerous Ash Odom in the backfield. And Odom will get the handoff, running left, first play of the game, shreds a defender before Thad Castle brings him down. That was Zach Andrews who attempted to bring him down first, a 5-yard gain.
We'll expect to see a lot of the third-year running back, Ash Odom, who, on the year so far has nearly 1,200 yards and 13 touchdowns. Those 13 scores #1 by a running back in the league.
He's been a menace. 2nd down and 5 at the 39. He's certainly dominated over the last couple of weeks. As the handoff again goes to Odom. Odom's got a first down and more. Odom breaks a tackle, got a block. Odom 35-30, 25-20, 15-10. No one's going to catch him. Touchdown, Queen City on a second play from scrimmage.
Oh boy, Ash Odom. This is not what you want to see if you're Indianapolis. Right out of the gate. Look, this is a guy who posted nearly 200 yards in their previous matchup and 2 touchdowns. Tonight, as the game has just gotten started, he goes ahead and posts a 3rd. This is not looking good for Indianapolis.
Indianapolis and Queen City met just a few weeks ago in Buffalo, and Queen City got out to a hot start in that game. Von Sinyuk had a pick 6 that brought Indy a little closer, but this is not where you want to put your offense that has been struggling for much of the season on the field, already down 7.
And Odom is an extremely fast back who's really a threat to take any carry to the end zone. Here proves why his name is putting fear into opposing defensive coordinators across the league.
And he's had Zach Andrews' number, man. Zach Andrews has had a rough time tackling Ash Odom in the 4 quarters and 50 or 48 seconds that these two squads have played against one another this season, as Ricky Matthews, the kicker and punter on this squad, kicks that ball away out to the 8-yard line. A little bit of a breeze here as Andrews returns out to the 25. So Tom Pepper, who came over from Vancouver, Indy, bright future, made the playoffs last season. It just hasn't gone according to plan. But as you mentioned, Stephen, at the top of the broadcast, a new OC is in town.
Right, and you know what? A lot of the struggles that have happened to Indy haven't really been Pepper's fault. Don't forget, he's number 2 in the league when it comes to completion percentage, nearly 77%. So he's making his completions. It's just the talent around him has been questionable.
And Pepper has a good pocket, throws it outside. That pass is complete. Nice find out there to the tight end. That's Bob Razor for a pickup of 6.
And just a good job there of just giving Pepper a nice open window, build his confidence a little bit. They're in their home stadium, so even though that Ash Odom early touchdown hurts, they can still recover a lot of this momentum here.
Indy blank white helmets, red jerseys and pants. My personal favorite jersey combination for them as the handoff goes to Swearingen, and Keith Swearingen's got the first down. Some gold trim around the numbers and the nameplates, and Indy's got a first down.
Well, not only did they find the first down here early, they found a gem of a player in Swearinger, the 32nd pick in the 2nd round of this year's draft. This rookie has been dynamic. We'll talk about that more after this play.
Pepper going to throw it out, and Swearingen's going to lose 3 yards. Good coverage on the outside. So tell us a little more about Swearingen.
Well, Swearingen, that's his 49th reception of the year. Leads the SFL in receptions for a running back. And he's also got 523 yards rushing, 3 total touchdowns. That's a lot from a guy that you got and found at the back of the second round.
2nd down and 13 after the 3-yard loss. Nickel look for Queen City's defense. Handoff Swearingen up the middle, and Swearingen can't get much. So they've gotten Swearingen involved on 3 consecutive plays, but Tom Pepper will be put in his first 3rd and long situation of the night. Tommy Smith on the tackle.
Yeah, and this is where Red Devils have really struggled this year. Tied for last place in 3rd down conversions, only converting 39% of their 3rd downs.
3 receivers, 2 to the left of Pepper, and Pepper will take a 3-step drop, fire it deep down the field. Pass is incomplete. Decent coverage out there by Achilles Frank, but Eli McCormick's got to make that play. Pretty nice ball in one-on-one coverage.
Yeah, really a 50-50 ball there. That opportunity for either player, the offensive or the defensive player, to get that ball. You just hope that your receiver would be willing to go up there and go get it instead of try to make a basket catch.
Queen City in black helmets and pants with the black numbers, white jerseys, and the bright green iconic socks and shoes. With 8:05 to go in the first quarter, the Corsairs will get the ball back up 7-0, not having thrown a pass yet tonight, as that kick is away from the Red Devils. From the 29, Kalu the second picks up just a couple with 7:57 left to go in the first.
And this really plays right into Queen City's playbook. I mean, they want to run the ball. They've obviously got one of the, if not the best running back in the SFL in their backfield, but they also have the versatility of a balanced offense with an experienced champion like Caswell under center. Here, they don't even have a running back in the backfield.
4 wide, empty, and Caswell's going to sidearm, throw it into traffic. Chris Curtis with the catch. First down to the 45-yard line. A zip from Caswell.
Well, certainly not the prettiest ball we've ever seen here in the SFL. A bit of a duck, as we see on the replay here. Quack, quack, as he kind of hits his own offensive lineman there with his elbow as the ball gets extended out, but still able to have enough power and strength in that arm to complete the play.
First down to the 45. Odom back in the game after 2 carries and a touchdown on the first possession. 3 receivers. And Caswell, 3-step drop, coming with a blitz, and Indianapolis got there. A sack and a loss of 3 yards. Sack recorded by Brian Dagger, the defensive tackle.
Well, that, the pass rush certainly makes coverage better here in the SFL, and if you can get a guy that can get penetration as quickly as we saw right there, that makes everyone's job on the defensive side of the ball a lot easier. 2nd
down, 13. Caswell got a lineman to jump, and then Kalu got decked on his sideline trying to make that catch in traffic. Sinyuk and Thad Castle out there in coverage. 3rd down and long coming up for Queen City.
Yeah, nice job of the defender to really just be right on top of the receiver and really negate any yards after catch. Good job there.
6:57 left. Queen City going away from Odom on the second possession after Odom got him a touchdown in the first. Empty backfield, 5 wide for Caswell, and Indianapolis in a dime 3-2 look. Castle calling out play directions, and Caswell's going deep, and it's picked off by Steve Vitak. Pass intended for Dupree Hudson. Indy's got an early turnover.
Well, really surprised that the Corsairs didn't call Ash Odom's number once during that second series after he had so much success. But here, they don't pay SFL cornerbacks to play zone necessarily. They pay them to play man, and man on man right there, we saw who the better was in that situation.
Steve Vitak, one of the leaders on this Indianapolis Red Devils defense. He now has 3 picks on the season. Paul Connolly has a couple. Handoff to Swearingen, and Swearingen's got a 6-yard gain up to the Indy 44. Tackle made by Alex Cross.
Really nice. I really like that first step acceleration shown by Swearingen there. Able to really get to the hole very quickly and get the most out of that particular run play.
James Budden actually on that last tackle, 6'4", 258. 2 backs and 2 receivers. 2nd down and 4 for Indy, down 7-0 early, but the Red Devils climbing back in the momentum category. Handoff, Swearingen breaks a tackle, and then Avery King took his head off. 2-yard gain. Swearingen, he's losing the yards per carry game by quite a large margin, but they're feeding him.
Yeah, and they're doing something that Queen City didn't on their previous series, which is handing the ball off to the running back and just allowing him to really chop this defense by Queen City up like wood.
3rd down and 2. Indy's looking for their second first down of the first quarter. Pepper going to throw. Pepper out to Swearingen. It took a little time, and actually that is the fullback out there. That's Frank Castle, and he loses a yard on the play. Queen City has been stellar in the flats here in the first quarter, and Indy's offense does nothing with the turnover.
Well, Frank Castle, a.k.a. the Punisher, didn't really punish anybody on that play, as it really took him time to gather that pass in and gather himself. And by the time he kind of knew which way was up, the defense was all on top of him.
Chat shout-outs, Mahmoud Ajlani, Nacho Sicario, Tom Pepper 19, Swole 2011, who's hosting us again tonight. Thank you, Swole. Football Dude 93, I'm a effing problem. Hey, I'll stop it right there. Congratulations to I'm a effing problem. She said yes today, Stephen.
Wow, congratulations.
That's right. And Andy Hamilton is in the chat room. Yes. Yes, he is. Trying to steal Mark Chisholm's thunder. So congratulations again to Mark Chisholm. Won 3 in a row. And on a winning streak with his soon-to-be wife, apparently, as Caswell's pass is nearly picked off on the sideline. Zach Andrews getting involved in pass coverage, incomplete.
Again, Cam, I'm just a bit confused here what Queen City's trying to do. Looking really to throw the ball here in the last 2 series. Great individual play by the defender, but either way, the receiver had no chance of bringing that in. Not exactly sure what Caswell's seeing there. And really a dangerous pass that we've often seen picked off and taken back for a pick 6.
Odom has not gotten a carry since the touchdown. Chat shout-outs continue. QCC owner, X Factor 56, HWJ 1512, BitW 4342K, Legend of Boston, Den Nightwings, who's at the top of the bit leaderboards this week, and many others. And Easy Temple is going to get a sack in the backfield on Castwell. That's going in the photo gallery, a loss of 4.
And Temple just lining up right over the center there and really just pushing him out of the way. And he just got penetration so quickly and was so violent right out of his stance that Caswell nearly had no opportunity to do anything.
Indy feasts on 3rd down and long. That's what their defense is built upon, as Caswell's going deep. And that pass is almost caught in a great heads-up play by VTAC down the field to tackle Curtis to prevent him from making the catch. 4th down.
Well, Caswell had all the time that he would ever want there in the pocket to try and find someone, but a good athletic play there by VTAC to get up and tip that ball up and make it a possible interception, at least give his brethren there in the secondary an opportunity to go and grab that. But look, just a really solid defensive outing here. 3 straight plays here, 3 and out, and a chance for this offense to try and get something going.
Indy has stifled the passing attack for Queen City. They were unable to stop Ash Odom at all the first 2 times he got the ball, and we haven't seen him get the ball since. You wonder if maybe he pulled something or got shaken up on the touchdown run, as Tom Pepper will start with great field position at the 44, and they got to do something with this.
Yeah, they've been a little Swearingen heavy. I'd like to see maybe get their wide receiver core involved a little bit here.
Dan Daly and Eli McCormick do not have a catch in the first quarter. Handoff Swearingen again, and Swearingen's got some room, picks up 5, and 1st down, believe it or not, has not been the problem for Indy. It's been 2nd and 3rd and short.
Yeah, and they've actually really done well on 1st downs and put their offense in an opportunity to have success with a shortened field to the sticks. They just haven't really taken enough of those opportunities and done something good with them.
4 minutes left in the first quarter. Friday Night Lights here on Twitch. 2nd and 5, 7-0 Queen City on top of Indy. Handoff Swearingen again, and Swearingen will pick up 3. And this is where Indy has gotten into trouble. These Third and short situations. Swearingen now with 6 carries for 25 yards.
Yeah, +5, +3, +2. This is something that we've just seen from this Red Devils offense. They would just try to nickel and dime you through the running game. But here's where the bread and butter really should be in this passing game here. But I think they're probably going to Swearingen again.
And they do on a delayed handoff, and Swearingen's got the first down. Avery King on the tackle, 1st and 10 at the 44.
Yeah, I have to apologize. I keep saying Swearinger. There's an old NFL player that's last name was Swearinger, and I've just got that stuck in my head. But Swearingen, 3 straight carries there. And as you can see why, I mean, he's fast, he's strong, he's their top offensive weapon, but you're going to need to get other players involved.
Pepper gives it to him again. Swearingen, look at him turn the legs, picks up 6 more. And they are feeding this man. 7 carries here in the first quarter. And I tell you what, Stephen, what it is doing is it is slowing down the Corsairs.
Yeah, and slowing down their offense. I mean, the longer that Indy offense can stay on the field, that's less that Ash Odom's on the field.
Ball at the 39, just outside of field goal range, and Pepper going to hand it off to Swearingen, and Swearingen didn't get anything on that delayed handoff. And we've seen some clever draws around the league throughout the season as Avery King makes yet another tackle.
Well, Indy there in the shotgun, even in myself, as I saw them line up for that, I didn't believe that they were actually going to pass, and they end up handing the ball off. So, we know they want to run. Clearly they want to run. Opportunity to get into field goal range here.
3rd down and 4. Back to pass. Pepper, quick slant, knocked away. That pass broken up by Zane Doty in the slot, and Indy stalls just outside of field goal range, coincidentally, when they stopped going to Swearingen out from under center.
And Cam, I think it has a lot to do with consistency and the fact that these guys are asked to make a vital catch on 3rd down cold. Just like they haven't looked to them when they have. The timing has been off, and they just run the ball so much. Hard to build any kind of consistency with the receivers. Inside
the 10, this is going to roll and didn't get the stop. That's unfortunate, right at the goal line. 1:46 to go in the first. We pause for a message from the SFL.
Follow the SFL on Twitter @SimulationFL, on Facebook, and subscribe to our YouTube and Twitch channels. You're already here, right? Might as well stay tuned. Get league updates on your phone while browsing the internet, and make sure you never miss a live broadcast. Thank you for supporting the SFL.
Here's a handoff to Odom, and look at Ash Odom go. He's got fresh legs, picks up 6 yards. So difficult to bring down on first contact. That is just his 3rd carry of the quarter.
Well, Ash Odom likes to meet force with force. He makes those defenders think twice about trying to tackle a runaway locomotive. There, you can see why he's one of the most feared running backs in the SFL.
And off again. Odom, this time trying to attack the middle, then pushes ahead. Craze on the stop along with one other, and that'll bring up a 3rd down and very short at the 29.
Yeah, that one other is defensive end Erik Barkley. And Riley does his defense no favors by tackling Odom in a way that actually gains him an extra yard, putting this a precariously close 3rd and 1.
Kalu top of the screen. I believe that's Curtis, bottom of the screen. 3rd down and 1 of the 29. They're going to hand it off to Odom again. Odom got a great block on the left side and then is brought down to the 38, but Queen City moves the sticks. This 3 straight runs coming after A.J. Caswell ended up 1 for 5 after the last possession.
Well, the unsung hero so far, DeMonte, the fullback, able to make a terrific block, as you mentioned, Cam, and that really sprung Ash Odom, who's showing a lot of speed and zip tonight. Boy, you combine that speed with that power. Boy, that is going to be a hard combination for Indy to stop tonight.
84 yards on 5 carries. Here's carry number 6, and Odom breaks a tackle, picks up 5. They are just, it's the signature Queen City run, and they just run it to perfection, running off that left side.
Well, here's the problem, Cam, that Odom is going untouched until he gets into the secondary, and then you're asking cornerbacks and safeties to make that stop. And boy, Odom, the way that he's playing tonight, that's going to be a tough task for them.
End of the first quarter. We're back after this. This is Friday Night Lights on the SFL Network on Twitch TV. Stay with us. APM Music is the official theme music provider of the SFL. Listen to their Champions Will Rise soundtrack at apmmusic.com and visit their all-new esports landing page to find the best highlight music, heroic action, and epic sounds to boost the quality of your esports stream just like us. Log on to forum.apmmusic.com/esports for more information. APM Music, production music library and custom music house.
Here at MediaTek, our goal is to create a well-rounded media professional. MediaTek is a place where you can turn dreams into reality. Our comprehensive recording arts, digital film, animation, mobile apps, and web development courses are focused on being very hands-on. We are a career-focused school. Our instructors are not only great teachers, they are also working professionals with real-world experience. MediaTek, come see what your future holds.
The Simulation Football League on the SFL Network, presented by APM Music, is brought to you by Show Business Studios, by MediaTek Institute, Richards Printworks, ScoreStream, and Spygoat. As mentioned earlier, a gorgeous night in Indianapolis as the sun begins to set here. Second down and 5 at the Queen City 43. Ash Odom, a menace in that first quarter. That's the difference in the game. 7-0 Queen City. Handoff goes to Odom. Odom gets away and then shreds another defender to the Indy 47-yard line. Looked like Odom was going to be brought down to the backfield. Not tonight.
Well, we know Ash Odom as a hammer that really likes to nail those defenders, but here shows some agility by jumping over what looks to be his own man in order to cross the first down marker. But Cam, tonight is a perfect example as why Queen City is so hard to defend. As an SFL defensive coordinator, it's a catch-22. How do you stop them? The first series they run. The second and third series primarily pass. This series, a lot of runs again.
Caswell going to take off, and then he spins right into Craze. Excellent play there. And Caswell only picks up 3, and he's lucky he didn't cough up the football. 100 bits from X Factor 56 and Suicide King just subscribed with Twitch Prime for the second month in a row. Thank you.
Well, Caswell's the most lethal running threat here in the SFL. Actually leads quarterbacks in carries with 28 and 2 rushing touchdowns.
2 backs, 2 receivers. Caswell gonna dump it off to Odom, and Ash Odom gets it outside, picks up 5, and that's passing yards. It was throwing me for a loop. I was like, what is 20 and 2? It's passing yards in the first half.
Yeah, there haven't been too many successful passing plays in this game. It's all been about Odom, and really his success is predicated on making that first man miss.
Hey, what a play there by Paul Connolly. Did you see that, Steven? Indy was coming up in the line. They were ready for that run, and he comes unblocked for the tackle for loss in the backfield.
Well, the second-year veteran showing a little bit of that experience coming through, actually dissecting and diagnosing that play early. And he's able to go in and into the backfield, beat the fullback who's trying to block him and get the tackle. Impressive to bring down Odom on that first tackle.
Holds Odom under 100. Now 97 yards on 8 carries here in the first half. Fair catch call for Andrews at the 13-yard line. Swearingen 38 yards on 9 carries. But Tom Pepper 3 of 5 for 2 yards. And Dan Daly and Eli McCormick each only have 1 target and 0 catches. I'm with you, Steven. I want to see him test that secondary that is very good.
Yeah, these two wide receivers combined for 82 receptions so far this year, and nearly 1,000 yards and 6 touchdowns haven't been used yet tonight.
Pepper, back to throw. They may be listening, and did he catch that? No, he did not catch that. Intended for Eli McCormick. That looked like it may have been deflected right into his hands, and honestly, Steven, I didn't even see where the ball ended up.
Yeah, a little bit questionable trajectory there on that pass. Just really lofted it in there. How many times, Cam, have we seen an interception off kind of that lofted pass, just trying to really pinpoint the ball? But, again, that chemistry with his wide receivers has just not been there so far.
2 of 6 now. 2nd down and 10 at the 13. And Pepper will throw again. He was pressured. Nice ball to McCormick. Got that out in perfect time. Near a first down. 3rd and inches. Sicario on the top tackle.
Yeah, again, another wobbler there. I want to kind of see in the replay if maybe he got hit as he was throwing the ball. Yeah, I had a defender right in his face. As you said, good job, quick releasing that ball, trying to negate some of that pass rush. But, boy, Cam, that's just a good job by Pepper to stand in the pocket, stands tall and strong, and be able to deliver a ball on point.
And off Swearingen, first down out to the 24. Got it, just barely. And I would have liked to seen the replay behind Pepper on that last throw because he had to put that out in front of McCormick. Otherwise, that would have gotten whacked away.
Yeah, and, a good job by the wide receiver to actually bring the ball in. That was not an easy, it's like trying to catch a knuckleball out there. Not an easy reception to make.
8 minutes first half. Indy holding their own 7-0 here at home against Queen City. Handoff late to Swearingen. Got away. Keith Swearingen picks up 7 out to the 30-yard line. Indy really mixing it up with the way they're getting Swearingen the ball. A lot of different new looks here out of this refreshed offense.
Well, give the rookie runner a lot of credit. On first down, he's been golden. Gains of 5, gains of 3, gains of 7. He's put his offense in good position to get the first down.
2nd and 3, Pepper outside, caught McCormick. 2nd catch, Roman Pena cheering on the sideline, standing next to Conley. 1st down and 10 at the 38. There you see James Richards, Easy Temple down there, orchestrating the offense as Indy is trying to get out of the cellar of the Eastern Conference.
Yeah, starting to finally get some momentum here on offense after an auspicious start by Ash Odom and that early touchdown. Their defense has really responded well, and now it's turn for the offense to do the same.
3 receivers, 2 backs. Swearingen on the carry. Got a, half block from Frank Castle, and he could not do enough to contain Budden. No gain on the play.
Well, I think that's probably one where Swearingen wished he would have zigged instead of zagged there, and just really the decision on which direction that he decided to go took him right into the defender.
Nickel look, Queen City. Pepper scrambling around, hit as he threw into traffic, and gotta love the effort from Dan Daly laying out there, but pressure on the quarterback from Richie Phillips, and it brings up 3rd and long.
Yeah, Pepper nearly had to pass that from his backside. This is really a dangerous pass over the middle, as you said, surrounded by white jerseys. And again, a great, effort at least there's an effort by the receiver to try and get the ball, but the connection just hasn't been there, especially down the middle of the field.
Daly still looking for his first catch. 3rd down and 10 at the 39. And Pepper steps back to throw, got to turn the corner. Swearingen, he tried to do the right thing by spinning back inside, but Budden again nailing it down. Jenkins also there on the stop. And Indy, right around midfield, again, stalls out.
You got to believe that Pepper might be feeling the pressure in the pocket. No one, would doubt him for seeing ghost at this point. And I think he just really released that ball a little too early. Didn't give his receivers a chance to get open.
Kalu going nowhere. Where are you going? Out to the 18-yard line. That's it. Kalu upset. 5:56 left to go in the first half. Caswell comes back out, and A.J. Caswell having a historically low first half for him. 2 for 6, 20 yards and a pick.
Yeah, Caswell on the season, 1,282 passing yards, 8 touchdowns, 10 interceptions, completing 68% of his passes.
Three receivers, two to the right. Caswell back to pass. Caswell fires. Intercepted. Von Senyuk at the 26 of Queen City. That's a way to get into scoring position. Pin him deep and make a play.
Well, Senyuk had an interception in their last game against Queen City, but here it's all about the push of number 94, Brian Dagger, as he is able to push the offensive lineman back into the quarterback to make a bad throw, and a nice play by Senyuk to get underneath the receiver and pick that one off.
Easy Temple with 100 bits in a chat for the pick. First and 10 of the 26. Pepper to throw. Pepper near side, and how did McCormick snag that one in? 3 receptions for 5 yards, saves a pick 6 and picks up 4. Turn it on, leave it on here on Friday Night Lights in front of 69 viewers right now.
Well, speaking of pick sixes, Cam, I don't know if you realize, but in their last matchup, there were actually 2 pick sixes in that game. One by Sanook, who just got an interception, and one on the other side of the ball, Queen City's Nacho Sicario, who had a defensive touchdown off the pick.
2nd and 6 of the 22. Pepper again, complete to McCormick. Picks up 5. You can tell that was a point of emphasis during a timeout, as Tom Pepper now is 8 of 12. And as you mentioned earlier in the broadcast, Stephen, his completion percentage has been the bright spot in Indy.
Yeah. It's 76%, completing a lot of his passes. But here on 3rd down and 1, perfect time for Swearingen.
There it is. Keith Swearingen. Did he get it? No. Wow. Avery King shuts it down at the 16. And honestly, if I was Indy, I'd go for it, because they have not had an opportunity to get a touchdown yet tonight.
Yeah, I agree with you, Cam. But, boy, let's just talk about that play by Avery King. How quickly he got on top and diagnosed that play. 54 tackles, 4 pass defense. And here we go. It looks like Indy may be taking your advice.
No challenge. They're going for it. The ball's right on the line. They're in the shotgun. 8 on the play clock, and it looks like they're not going to take my advice. And they weren't fooling Queen City by coming out in the gun. That was probably a mistake. Indy will burn a timeout, keep things conservative. And we'll see if that ends up helping Indy in the long run. Obviously, getting points is a premium here in the first half.
Yeah, this is the first time in this game, and here with 4 minutes in the second quarter left, that they've even sniffed a chance to get points. So probably just dying to get something up on the board. But not a bad plan there on 4th down to try to tempt the defense to make a mistake. If it doesn't work out for you, timeouts aren't really a premium here in the first half, so you use one and you go and you try to get the points.
32-yard field goal for Roman Pena, who's had an up-and-down season. And the field goal for Indy is good. The Red Devils have not been the most fortunate team in the SFL with special teams, and probably a huge sigh of relief to see that one go through the uprights.
Yeah, we've already seen a mental mistake by the special teams unit, not pinning Queen City down at the goal line like they could have earlier in this game. Luckily for them, it didn't cost them points. But here, you've got to think this is a good moral victory here for Indianapolis. They've got points on the board, and their offense actually looked pretty good going down the field.
From the 6, Kalu on the return. 4:02 to go in the second. Well, Stephen, we compiled a list of some of the top players before the broadcast, some MVP candidates. Go through them one at a time. First, we start with Ron Cochran, 78.57 completion percentage and 18 touchdowns, is best in the league.
Yeah, one of actually 2 MVP possible candidates on Alaska, and it's no wonder. The Storm have looked every bit of the defending champion, and this season going undefeated. And their 2 leaders there are MVP candidates because of it.
Caswell's pass, caught by Curtis, pickup of 9, and that may be the longest pass for Caswell here tonight.
Yeah, again, they are looking to mix things up in the pass and run game. They just don't want to be one-dimensional. They could easily be one-dimensional with Ash Odom, but that's not going to serve them well in the postseason, so they want to have a balanced attack.
2nd and 1 at the 37, and the handoff goes to Odom. Can he get away? No. Great stop by Craze. Lost a yard. Well, continuing on with our MVP candidates, Jaye Inyola, 1,241 yards, averaging a whopping 8 yards a carry. That is the best yards per carry average since Parkey Chol in Season 6.
Yeah, and a team in Tallahassee that was really known for passing the ball. Inyola really came on strong at the end of last season, but has absolutely dominated this year.
Odom didn't get the first down. Craze with the tackle, and Queen City going to have to punt it away. And I got to say, Steven, it's not often that we see a team get gashed in the running game so early. They've really nailed it down. He's back to under 10 yards a carry.
And maybe a reason why Queen City's looking to pass more, to try to open up those running lanes again for Odom, as Indianapolis defense has really made adjustments to fill those lanes.
2:26 to go. Fair catch called for by Andrews at the 32-yard line. Mike Osai, an MVP candidate. He is having an amazing season in Dallas's style of offense. 89 receptions, 960 yards. First in the league in both categories.
Yeah, basically what Osai is in Dallas, he's basically their running back. And they use him, if you take a look, he's gotten plenty of opportunities, more targets than anyone else in the league, but he's also not averaging very much, something like 8 to 10 yards a catch. So, they're just using him really to be that 5-yard, 7-yard back that we've seen Swearingen be for Indianapolis tonight.
Man, you could have put Swearingen in a ballerina music box on that one. Watch him spin, picks up 1. And that may be the final play of the 2-minute, before the 2-minute warning. And will Indy get another playoff? No. 2 minutes. Indy trying to pull the upset, and they're doing a pretty good job in the first half. 7-3. This is the SFL Network on Twitch, presented by APM Music. And you're watching Friday Night Lights. Second down and 9 at the 32 for Tom Pepper. Pepper changing the play at the line. And Pepper fires over the middle, caught for a 5-yard pickup. That's the tight end. And how about this, Steven? Another 10,000 bits from Den Nightwings. That new job must be treating you well there in Colorado, good sir, because we appreciate all your support. I don't know. He's putting me to work with all this Bits Give Back player galleries and all sorts of stuff. So thank you so much for the incredible cheer as Pepper's going deep. And again, a one-on-one ball for McCormick falls incomplete, 4th down.
Well, Sicario all over that. A 9 route that was run there by the receiver. And it's just that the passing game for both of these teams has been lackluster here early, as these running backs have really dominated the early headlines in Friday Night Lights.
So 1:28 to go in the first half, and it has been what is it about Friday night, Stephen? There, where it's almost like the old theories about Thursday night football in the NFL, where teams just couldn't score and were sluggish from the week before, and we had 10-6 last week, and we got a 7-3 ball game here in the second quarter.
Yeah, to me, it's all about the SFL Illuminati and how they're scheduling these games.
Okay, David Overstreet. Where's
Base God.
That's right. Shout out to David if he's still poking around every now and again. 1st and 10 at the 24. 1:19 to go in the first half. Caswell's going empty again. Deep ball. Picked off again. Von Sinyuk. That's the 3rd interception for Indy's defense in the first half. And you got to think, Steven, you got to go into the half with the lead at this point, because how many of these is Caswell going to throw? Probably not many more.
Well, look, this defense is playing off the chain right now, Cam. It was going to be one of my hot takes here at halftime. But the Indy's defense has come to play tonight. And for A.J. Caswell, look, I know 3 interceptions looks bad on the stat sheet. Let me tell you what, this guy is unfazed by those numbers. He will continue to throw. He's a veteran. He's been in this position before.
Man, Marcus Dunhill, nothing gets past him. 1st and 10 at the Corsair 43. Deep ball. Pepper! Got it! In triple coverage! Pass caught by Dan Daly. Welcome to the game, Dan Daly.
Well, jump, young man, jump. Boy, Cam, what? You remember when it was, it used to be, oh, goodness gracious, I just flubbed that. I apologize. But look, just great individual effort there by the receiver. That's what you want to see in traffic with 3 defenders all around you. You want to see your big number 1 wide receiver go up and meet the ball at the high point.
1st down and 10 at the Corsair 22. Longest pass play for either team of the night. 2 backs, 2 receivers. Pepper quickly out to Swearingen, gets him an open field, and a couple of players there to make the stop. 2-yard gain, no huddle, King tackle.
Love this. I love this pace by Indianapolis. They can feel a score coming here.
Pepper stays calm in the pocket, delivers a strike. That's the 3rd catch for Bob Razor tonight.
Yeah, on the crossing route. Had similar route the last time he caught the pass.
3rd and 3 at the 14, down to 40 seconds. Pepper out to Swearingen, needs somebody. King stopped him. Timeout Indy on a 4th and inches. And Avery King is playing out of his mind tonight for Queen City.
Yeah, back-to-back series here where King has stopped Swearingen for a 4th and inches. I think they take the points, Cam.
Yeah, you have to. You have to. But why take the timeout though? That's the troubling part. Maybe they wanted to get some more time to look at that, although they couldn't have challenged it anyway. It would have come from the booth, and that's twice a 4th and inches has not been challenged tonight. From 29 yards away, Pena splits the difference between the 2 incoming blockers. The field goal is good, 7-6 with 34 seconds to go. And now a word from the SFL.
Join the world's fastest growing sim football community by jumping onto our Discord server. Use the Discord command in chat to keep up with schedules, news, notes, announcements, and polls. Jump off the sidelines and into the action here where we're loading legends at the SFL.
Melvin Kalu return out to the 28. Stephen, very exciting first half, but one of the most sort of compelling momentum swings against one player that I've ever seen in the league, when Ash Odom went from a superstar to a nobody.
Yeah, and then, we've seen Indianapolis defense really play well, both the pass and run tonight. And, wow, look at Odom. Boy, just so dangerous. But, I was actually going to say, Cam, this Indy coaching staff must not have been watching some of our previous games, because they left quite a lot of time on the clock for Queen City to try and do something here before halftime. But it looks like they're going to be content to take the 1-point lead into the locker room.
May run it one more time, and I wouldn't be surprised if they give it to Odom. He can score on any play. Queen City probably content to be up 7-6 despite losing the turnover battle 3-0. Pepper's pass caught, but that will end the first half of play. And the Indianapolis Red Devils, the 1-5 Indianapolis Red Devils, not playing like it against the 5-1 Corsairs, a Queen City team that scored 62 points last week, has 7 at the break. 2K Sports Halftime Report starts right now. There are the numbers, Stephen.
Yeah, and Indianapolis actually came into this game with a top 10 defense. Number 1 passing defense in the league, and we saw them pick off Caswell 3 times here in the first half. But surprisingly, they're number 18th in the league when it comes to the run defense, allowing 130 yards a game, nearly allowed 130 yards to Ash Odom here in the first half. But honestly, they've looked like a top 5 defense to me tonight, really holding Queen City in check. Let's not forget, this is a Queen City team that put up 62 against St. Louis last week. So they were primed to have an offensive explosion. So Indianapolis, just a credit to their defensive coordinator, what they've been able to do defensively personnel-wise. Done a great job tonight. As for Queen City, their mistakes, which have been many, including not giving Ash Odom the ball enough, really haven't hurt them in the score. So they are still very much, I feel like, in control of this game, and can come out here in the second half and show why they're the four-time champion.
Sinyuk's got 3 interceptions this season, all of them against Queen City. As Indy down a point, this was probably the play of the half. What a ball.
Yeah, I just wish it would have put 7 on the board instead of 3. But you got to take the points where you can in a close game like this, but you just never know what's going to make the difference.
Second half from the 9th circle, right around the corner. Some first half numbers from Jeff Mullenax on stats. A.J. Caswell, 4 for 10. 3 picks, no touchdowns, 41 yards. Probably one of the worst, if not the worst, halves of Caswell's career. Pepper, 13 of 18, but just for 70 yards. No touchdowns, no picks. Odom, 102 yards on 11 carries and a score. Swearingen, a very solid 45 yards on 14 carries. He has been an important part of the offense tonight as Andrews gets picked up and thrown down at the 28-yard line. Actually, they give him the 30. That's generous. Chris Curtis, 2 catches, 24 yards. Hudson, 1 for 12. Melvin Kalu with nada. Ash Odom, 1 for 5. McCormick heated up in the second quarter. All 4 of his catches in the second. 4 for 27. And Daly's 1 catch for 21 yards came late in the first half. Swearingen, 4 for 10. On the receiving end, Sinyuk with 2 picks. Vitak with 1. Easy Temple with a full sack, and Craze with a half, as Swearingen only picks up a yard. And there again to make the stop is Avery King.
Yeah, he's going to be going double-digit tackles tonight. But, I think it's been a case of really these 2 running backs being used a bit in opposite ways. Swearingen being used just a little bit too much, not enough balance in Indianapolis' offense. And as for Queen City, I think they're using Ash Odom a little bit too little and not enough. So let's see if they balance out here in the second half.
Second down, 9. Rushing 4 off the right side. Caught turning the corner. What a nice burst from Eli McCormick to pick up the first down.
Well, that crossing route has been the most successful deep play, I guess if you can call it deep for what Pepper's thrown tonight so far in the middle of the field. So, maybe they found something there, a comfort level for Pepper to find something short, to give them something short to medium.
First down at the 42. And Pepper fires outside, and that was almost knocked back into play by Oscar Dunkley. And he has had some impressive game takeovers here so far this season.
Yeah, Dunkley and Frank, what a combination for Queen City at cornerback. They have 12 interceptions, between them. And that's, they're actually both tied for number 2 for most interceptions in the SFL right now.
Second down and 10 for Pepper and the Red Devils. Down a point, 7-6. Here on Friday Night Lights, handoff to Swearingen. Swearingen got some good blocks up front by the big boys out to the 48-yard line, and this is where Indy has struggled on their own, right around the midfield area.
Yeah, and I like to, they've done a little short out that's been successful. We've seen those crossing routes down the middle, particularly by the tight end, that have been successful. I'd like to see one of those 2 plays, or throw it up to Daly, who made a big pass earlier.
3rd and 5. Instead, Avery King gets another tackle. This guy is everywhere. Only a gain of 2, 4th down and 3. They tried to catch Queen City off guard, and King's on the field. Just impossible.
Always make me eat my words, Cam. I mean, as I'm talking about Dan Daly making a pass, catching a pass, I'm seeing it right before my eyes, them run on 3rd and 5.
So 4th down, right at midfield again, and another punt coming from Ryan Quaid, and from the 16-yard line, Kalu gets a couple on the return. Well, A.J. Caswell, one of the worst halves he's ever had, and his team is winning.
Yeah, and that's all because of really Ash Odom. We really haven't seen this dynamic wide receiver core, with Chris Curtis, and we haven't even called Dupree Hudson's name yet tonight. And these are two guys that we've seen make some spectacular plays this season.
Hand off Odom. Look at the hole up the middle. Pickup of 9 out of the 27. And back to Indy's pass defense. It's worth mentioning they are number 1 in the league. They only give up 180.2 passing yards a game.
Yeah, and they've got some, lethal guys in the backfield. We've seen already Sanook and VTAC. They've also got Finch and Conley out there that can all make plays on the ball.
2nd and 1 at the 27. Tight coverage right at the line. Look at him waiting for that handoff on the left side. Odom had to cut it up the middle. What vision for Ash Odom as he says, I'm not going over there. First down to the 35.
Yeah, he read that perfectly. Cam saw that to the outside there was an unblocked defender, so he takes the ball. And look how quickly he's able to change his momentum, go slightly to the right, and instead of a play that would have been stopped behind the line of scrimmage, he's able to get the first down.
Fullback gets just enough, and Thad Castle missed on the stop. 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line. Handoff Odom running left, and Odom will pick up just 2. Also worth mentioning that Indy is 18th in the league against the run. They give up a 130.3.
Yeah, and I think they've already given up 130 or very close to it to Ash Odom in this game. But, it's okay. They've been hurt by the running game. But Queen City's only been able to score 7 points. So in every other area, your defense has been playing well.
2nd and 8 at the 36. 7:16 to go in the third. Odom takes another handoff, and that's probably the best push up front Indy's gotten all night. Craze with another stop.
And that was really key to making this play. Looked like number 82 stepped over Odom. I don't know what Villanueva was thinking, but those two seem to have some kind of a dispute there on the field. But again, like you said, good push by this defensive line.
3rd and 9, deep ball, Caswell picked. Sinyak's got a hat trick and gets a block out to the Queen City 49. He is deafening Chris Curtis tonight.
Well, Cam, look, this wide receiver just cannot get separation. Even if he was in a divorce, he couldn't get a separation from this defender who goes up, like you said, to get a trio of picks now. Boy, Vignac has just been Sanook, excuse me. Is it VTech or Sanook? I apologize.
It was Sinyak with his
Sinyak.
3rd interception.
Boy, let me tell you what a great one-on-one play there, not to allow any separation by the wide receiver.
It's not you, it's Vaughn. Back to pass, Tom outside and dropped by Castle. No gain, and Sinyak's on the sideline probably saying, if you guys don't get a first down, I swear to God.
Well, he's doing everything. I mean, look, he's having a career game tonight, and this defense is really doing a great job against a 5-1 team. You're in your own house. Now you just got to look over at the offense and go, guys, get your stuff together. We're doing everything we can to keep you in this game. You got to do your part.
100 bits from Easy Temple. Also want to remind you that the Blitz goes one-on-one returns for episode 2 Monday night after the fan night game of the week between Chicago and Baltimore. This week we sit down with Vancouver wide receiver Trevor Farrell, who recently was named to the league's competition committee. So hats off to Farrell, and we're looking forward to visiting with him. And this time it actually did not get live streamed in advance by mistake. So you'll get a chance to learn about a member of our SFL community after the game of the week on Monday, as Pepper's going deep, and what a quacker that was. And stepping out of bounds at the 38-yard line is Leroy Jenkins with the interception.
Well, Pepper really threw this ball with a lot of confidence. Need to really look and see if it looks to me like his own man ran into Pepper and causing that ball to just, as you said, quack down the field and giving this Queen City offense an opportunity to pick it off and really build some momentum here.
That was a duck that takes remedial math. That was a really bad throw. Hand off Odom. He's got a first down and more. Out to the 48-yard line, a pickup of 14. 134. You hit it right on the nose, Steven, for 16 carries.
Yeah, and look, this was just set up beautifully. The blocking allowed Odom really just to go right down the middle of that defensive line, follow his block, all right past the first down marker, then everything else was just cheese.
That fullback gets upfield, and that's a second-level block if I've ever seen one.
Yeah, and how many times have we seen the fullback get outrun by the running back? Here, the fullback, plenty of speed to get ahead of Odom.
1st and 10 at the Indy 48, halfway through the third. Handoff Odom. He kind of got cut behind the line, but Cray's able to stop him after a 4-yard gain, and Indy will take just a 4-yard gain out of Odom pretty much every time he touches it. 2nd and 6.
Yeah, guard for Queen City, Corey Nails, really got nailed and pancaked, and that pushed him back to really minimize that run play. Still got 4 yards, though.
Out of the gun. Queen City likes, there he goes. There goes Caswell. 1st down, sliding to the 34-yard line. They love running out of the shotgun. And 1st and 10 at the 34. Caswell strikes again with his legs.
Yeah, I can hear you, Nostradamus, that play a little bit, Cam, as you saw that developed. You nearly mentioned he might run there. He's a threat, Cam, from his legs, like we mentioned before. 28 carries on the season for Caswell as a quarterback. 61 rushing yards and 2 rushing touchdowns. They like to run him.
I watch film too. 1st and 10 at the Indy 34. Handoff goes to Odom. Odom breaks a tackle. Odom getting about 10 a pop. Cray's another tackle to the Indy 23-yard line, and Queen City is putting a whooping on the Indy defensive line.
Cannot say enough about Odom's furious running style, looking to impose his will on the defense. Boy, when he gets loaded up and just gets all that speed behind those pads, Cam, he's like a runaway train and will knock you over.
Thad Castle's having a rough night. Press coverage on the line there for Indy. Now over to Odom. Odom got away and hit the one gap that was open. Picks up 7. How does he do it, Steven?
I don't know, but I like it. I like what the Corsairs are doing here. Here, Odom showing a little bit. I think he might be getting a little tired here, Cam. Didn't have exactly the speed burst that I expected it to have or that we've seen in previous plays, but they are working him like the workhorse he is and having so much success.
7 in the box now. 3:40 to go, third quarter. Handoff Odom running left. Didn't get there. Cray's again in the backfield, and Indy has been their best when they give some help over that left side.
Well, I think Odom is really just wore out right now. Again, we're not seeing the boost and the speed that we're used to seeing here. Wouldn't be surprised if they don't sub him out soon.
And they're going empty, and that's what happens when you don't give up the big play and you keep Queen City on the field for a long time. 3rd down and 5. Caswell to throw. Great pocket. Fires middle. Nearly intercepted. Should have been, as Andrews had a chance at that one, and it'll force Ricky Matthews to come out for his first field goal attempt of the night.
If Caswell holds that ball for just another second, Curtis is wide open in the middle of the end zone. Instead, AJ's just had a rough night tonight and has not been in sync with his receivers, and therefore he felt the pressure, threw the ball early, given the opportunity here for Indianapolis defense is playing so well to knock it away.
34-yard field goal coming for Queen City. That would put them up 10-6. And that kick is on the way, and good for Matthews. Both teams, special teams, stepping up to the plate tonight. 10-6, 3:05 to go in the third. A quick word from the SFL.
The Simulation Football League is presented by APM Music and is the official theme music provider of the SFL. Listen to their Champions Will Rise soundtrack at apmmusic.com today and search through thousands of tracks to boost the quality of your stream just like us. APM Music, production music library and custom music house.
Andrews, best return of the night out to the 31-yard line. Stephen, we started it in the first half. Let's pick it up now, going over some MVP candidates. Atlanta's Aquantis Shine once again leads the league in tackles with 65 right now.
Yeah, averaging just over 10 tackles a game, and I think he's probably averaged that his career, at least as long as I can remember him being in the league. He's a double-digit tackle guy and probably the most reliable tackler in the SFL.
Pepper going to throw. Good crossing route there again over to Daly. His second catch, pickup of 7, as Pepper is clearly outplaying Caswell in a really ugly quarterback competition. Alex Dominguez knows all about making quarterbacks ugly. He has 19.5 sacks in 6 games, 11 more than any other player.
Yeah, could have as many as 40, on track to have as many as 40 sacks in a season.
Crazy.
That's ridiculous.
Second down and 3, and Pepper fires it outside at Daly, shoving over defenders for the first down. Back-to-back receptions for Daly. No fear in Tom Pepper, who I don't believe has been sacked tonight, Stephen.
And, wow, just great touch and accuracy there. But certainly a dangerous ball with 2 Queen City Corsairs in the area, one right on top of the receiver, but able just to pinpoint that ball to give Daly an opportunity to bring it in.
Pepper now 17-25. Swearingen on the carry. He gets lit up by Sicario after a pickup of 5. And, the Red Devils now 25 passes, 18 runs. That's 43 plays. And Queen City's only been on the field for 28. Or check that, 32. Caswell's only thrown the ball 12 times. 16 times, check that. 2nd and 5 at the 48-yard line. Back to throw, Pepper outside, and beautifully leads Castle all the way across the field for a first down to the Corsair 43-yard line.
Yeah, he perfectly laid that ball out in front of Castle, actually showing him where he wanted him to go, and Castle able to make the adjustment. He hasn't really been a good receiver for them tonight, but Castle there able to get the first down because of Pepper's leading throw.
Pepper's over 100 yards. Back to pass. TP-19 outside Swearingen, and look at the Corsairs rally to the football. Wrap up by Jack Thomas for the first time tonight.
Yeah, just kind of throwing it out there to his release valve. Not trying to make any dumb mistakes here or mistakes that could cost them field position. Let's get what we can get on first down and just return to play another down.
Shotgun, split backs, 2 receivers, 1 either side. McCormick's bottom of the screen, Daly's at the top, and Queen City's given plenty of cushion to Daly up at the top of the screen. They're going to hand it off on a delay. Look at the hole for Swearingen, and Swearingen even looks a little gassed. He picks up just 4 yards on what may be the final play of the third quarter.
And then either whether we do this before the end of the quarter or as we come back in the fourth, a big third down here for Indy, as they really need to get this in order to get into field goal range at least.
The third down will happen after the third quarter break. 10-6, Queen City hanging on. Indy trying to pull a shocker in front of their hometown fans. Friday Night Lights returns in a moment.
Studios can take your dream and make it reality. Any show, anytime, any place. Show Business Studios is limited only by your imagination. Find us at showbusinessstudios.com.
The Simulation Football League, presented by APM Music, is brought to you by Show Business Studios, by the MediaTek Institute, Richards Printworks, the official shop of the SFL, ScoreStream, the official streaming or scoring app of the SFL, and Spygo. Third quarter, fourth quarter actually, we get back underway. Third down, Indianapolis, and Pepper hit as he threw, and it's ruled an incomplete pass just outside of field goal range. Applying pressure was Jeff Duffy, and I think Indy's going to have to punt.
Yeah, I actually think, Cam, that the pressure was just so in front of Pepper's face that the ball actually kind of bounced off the back of a defender, still able to get completed, but clearly they just a great job by Queen City's defense to really stifle and stop Indianapolis's offense as they were really on the edge of field goal range.
Punt from Quaid. This one is a lot better than the first inside the 10, and that falls to a stop at the 5-yard line. And, I mean, that's probably now the fourth time Queen City has stopped Indy between the 40s or between the 35s here tonight. And who knows, maybe Indy can get another turnover and get some more points on the board.
Well, Indy's defense is having probably their best game of the season, but like a jockstrap, Cam, they need more support, and they're not getting it from their offense.
Need some more support Friday Night Lights here, too, trying to hit viewership numbers, and we got a good ball game here in the fourth quarter. Odom picks up 2 to the 7. Craze with another tackle. It's been Craze and King's night, not so much Thad Castle, and on the flip side, Jeff Duffy on the line.
Yeah, but they've had their impact on this game, as we've seen. These defensive linemen really get a lot of pressure, and a nice broken tackle, but for not there at the line of scrimmage.
Thad Castle brings him down, a loss of a yard. Odom is down to 7 yards a carry. Remember, he was at 33 after the first drive as Castle gets the stop after Odom tried to get away. 3rd and long.
Well, this is a little not unfair, but this is, Indianapolis knows that at this far back in the shadow of their own goalpost, Queen City wants to run.
3rd down and 9. There it is. Odom trying to get there, will not. And Indy will end up with good field position, and Sinyuk is there to make the stop.
And this Red Devils offense should have another opportunity to try and score the ball, and that's all because of this critical 3rd down stop. This defense is playing out of their mind right now. We talked about them being ranked at the bottom when it comes to run defense, 18th, and certainly on the stat board, Odom has been dominating tonight, but in actuality, this is a 4-point game in the fourth quarter, and Indianapolis' defense just gave their offense an opportunity to take the lead.
Coming after it, can't get there. Fair catch called for at the 48-yard line by Andrews, so still a bit of work to do for Indy, and they're not out of the realm of possibility of taking the 3 points. They could win with a couple more field goals, but they'd love to take the lead here early in the fourth.
Cam, really both of these offenses have discarded any type of deep passing play, both really looking more to that short medium, and particularly here like that with the short medium out or those crossing routes that we've seen from Indianapolis all night.
Daly's 4th catch, 7 targets, 2nd down and 5. An updated look at Tom Pepper's numbers. He's now 20 of 29, averaging about 4.8 yards per attempt. So not a ton of deep threat in this offense, but this defense playing their butts off. And Indy's probably had one of their better showings on the ground tonight as well. Swearingen 65 yards on 19 carries. He has been a steady force. And on 2nd and 5, Pepper quickly got it away. Daly paid for it but held on. And what a great play by Tom Pepper to recognize he needed to get that ball out and fast.
Yeah, really knuckleballed it out of the pocket there. But just a good job of keeping his eyes trained downfield, Cam. I don't know if I could do the same sitting there in the pocket with all that traffic coming at me.
100 bits from Ron Cochran in the chat. Now 8.5 to go in the fourth. And another nice throw over the middle on a slant. 1st down to the Queen City 25. That's Razor again. That's his 5th grab tonight.
And it's all been right there in the middle of the field. And just a good job of that offensive line to really keep, the dogs at bay there. That defensive line that's been in Pepper's face all night and gave Pepper just that little opportunity to find his open man.
8 minutes to go in the fourth. 10-6. Queen City up 4. Handoff. Swearingen runs right into the gang in green. Sicario and Doty with the stop. 1-yard pickup.
Yeah, in hindsight, you would have loved to seen Swearingen cut that back to the left where it seemed to be a little bit of an opening there. But sometimes as a running back, you just just have to be decisive and decide, I'm going here no matter what. And there it cost him.
2nd down and 9. Handoff. Swearingen again. And Doty is there again. Loss of a yard as you get the updated running back numbers. And, oh, man, gut check time for Tom Pepper.
Well, I think that's just a bad play there by the fullback. Actually runs into Pepper as Pepper's trying to hand the ball off to Swearingen and doesn't pick up a block. So either a missed assignment or a bad play by the fullback, but just something wrong with that play altogether.
McCormick's in the slot. Daly bottom of the screen. 3rd down and 10. Pepper got it away. Opposite side of the field. Swearingen, and then a tackle in the open field is made by Jenkins, who had a pick earlier in the game. That'll force a field goal, but one broken tackle away from a ton more yards for Swearingen.
Well, that's all about Pepper feeling the pressure to his blind side. Actually had 2 defenders right on his back. He could feel it. He had to throw to his outlet, and here it is. The result is a 4th and 5 and a field goal that won't give them the lead.
This is a monstrous kick here, 37 yards. Bad snap, but a great job to get it down, and it's good. Pena with ice water in his veins makes it 10-9, and that means that Indy can win the game on a field goal late.
And the way this defense in Indianapolis is playing here at home, you got to think that favors Indy to get back into this game. But there is a ticking time clock there at the bottom of your left-hand screen, and there's a guy by the name of Ash Odom who will absolutely crush that clock if you let him.
He's going to try to run it out. 6:32 to go in the fourth. That's a lot of time, though, to run out.
It is.
And Indy's in pretty good position. Handoff to Kalu up to the 26. 6:28 left. 10-9. Queen City trying to improve to 6-1. And remember, they're chasing. They're not at the top of their conference, chasing the undefeated Carolina Skyhawks. Those two teams have not played and only play once later in the season.
Yeah, there's a lot of meaning for both sides in this game. Nobody wants to give this one up. But, Cam, one big play by either side can make all the difference in this matchup. 1st
and 10 of the 26. Handoff Odom on a trap. Haven't seen much of that tonight. Castle makes the stop. Odom 166 yards, but 60 of those yards came on one play. If you take that away, he has 106 yards on 23 carries. That's not too shabby of a night for the Indy defense.
Yeah, doing a really good job. Looking probably, without that big long run, about to be their average. But I really think they've played like a top 5 defense tonight.
2nd and 6 at the 30. Caswell against a late blitz. It got picked up, but still, Sinyuk almost had his 4th. Indy confusing Caswell a little bit there, and his rough night continues.
Yeah, that delay blitz was to run to perfection, Cam, and made Caswell rush that throw and nearly caused yet another interception. Again, this Indy defense playing out of their minds.
And stops the clock, too. A lot of time left in this ball game, and it feels like we've been on pins and needles all night. Caswell, deep ball, 3rd down, picked again, and who is it? It's Zach Andrews with the interception number 5 for Caswell tonight, and Indy takes over on the Queen City 40-yard line.
Well, everybody getting in on the party here. Andrews, this is his first interception of the season and the first interception of his SFL career, and what a time to get it with just over 5 minutes left in the fourth quarter, down 1 point. A big play, Cam, and now can this offense do something with it, starting out of the Queen City's 40-yard line.
Welcome to the all-pick party here on Friday Night Lights. 10-9, 5:47 to go, and Andrews in the chat. That was his first interception of his career, so congratulations to Andrews. Swearingen lost a yard on the following run. And, Steven, I'm kind of surprised now. We've seen 3 straight runs to Swearingen just when it felt like Pepper was getting going.
Yeah, and they're really telegraphing it too. They're going to the shotgun, trying to make Queen City's defense think that they're going to pass the ball, but they haven't fallen for it too often tonight.
Split back, 2nd down and 11, 5:18 to go. Pepper outside to Swearingen. That's a 4 or 5 yard gain to the Queen City 35-yard line. Look at those, pitiful numbers from potentially a future Hall of Famer. But, Queen City has these games, man, on the road where they just fall flat.
Yeah, and they overcome them, and that's why they've won so many championships. Not because they've been an overly dominant team, but they win these close games.
3rd and 5 at the 35, 4:45 to go. They're going to hand it off to Swearingen. I don't buy it, Stephen. I don't know if they were just trying to get close in the field goal range or what, but there's still 4.5 minutes to go in the game. That's tough.
Yeah, I think it's all about pressure and the pressure that Tom Pepper's been seeing. Boy, this is right on the edge. They're going to pin Queen City back and hope that their defense can stop Ash Odom again.
I get it, and this punt's a good one. Goes out of bounds at the 8. So that's the 2nd time they've pinned Queen City inside the 10. I know that Pena has not had a great season, but this is to potentially win a ball game.
Right.
That is a ballsy decision there.
It is.
To play defense, and that is putting a target right on the back of the Indianapolis defense. Let's see if they can serve up the challenge. 2 in the backfield, 1st and 10 at the 8. Handoff Odom against a blitz. They got him. Loss of 2 yards. Paul Connolly, the play calling defensively in the second half has been top notch for Indy.
And Connolly, boy, really reacting well to that play, dissecting the run early, makes his way towards the left side of that line, the right side of that line, and really able to get 22 in his sights beyond the line of scrimmage.
2nd and 12, back at the 6. Wasting time off the clock. Queen City protecting the lead. Now they go the other side. Odom's got some space, but Odom just looks tired, Steven, as we were mentioning earlier. 3rd down and 8 coming up as Odom gets carry number 26.
And you don't think this defense is geeked right now. They are swarming to the ball. They know exactly what Queen City wants to do. They are pinning their ears back, and they are coming after Odom. It would be smart for Queen City here to maybe pass the ball and try to catch something deep.
This is the loudest I've heard the ninth circle in a long time. 3rd down and 8 at the 11. Indy trying to get a stop. They're going to run it again to Odom. Odom, look at the snail. He is gassed. Indy gets a stop. They got to punch in the exclamation point here. They may not get a better opportunity all season.
And that clock continues to run. It won't run down to the 2-minute warning, but it's going to be very close. But again, this defense puts Indy's offense in prime position to steal this game.
2:35 and counting. They'll get it down to about 2:22. No, they kicked it even before that. Not sure why. This is another fair catch called for by Andrews. He has been very conservative on returns. And Indy will start again in Queen City's side of the field. And, Stephen, we're not giving enough credit tonight to the Queen City defense either. They're the ones keeping Caswell off of the chopping block here.
Yeah, and I think the reason why is, Cam, we've just been so surprised by what Indy's been able to do against a real dominant Queen City team. And they've had all the interceptions, so they've had all the flashy plays. But you're right, Queen City's defense doing the grunt work and doing what it takes here to keep them in the ballgame.
Pepper going to throw. Pepper steps up in the pocket and picked up 2. I know it's just 2 yards, but that's a big 2 yards because he could not take a sack there and stops the clock.
Well, the Corsairs defense is just all night came after Pepper. Seems like even when they're not calling a blitz, their defensive line is getting a lot of penetration early to really make Tom Pepper uncomfortable. But at this point here in the ball game, they're going to need to call his number to get in the field goal range.
2nd and 8 at the 43. Pepper going to throw again. Pepper going long down the middle. Oh, it's caught right over the top of the defense. Dan Daly, what a bullet from Pepper to the Corsair 21-yard line.
One big play, Cam. That's what we needed in this game. One big play. And Daly going up for the second time in this game to go and get a reception with so many defenders draped all around him. Big players make big plays and big games.
Achilles Frank diving for it. He couldn't get there. 2-minute warning on Friday Night Lights on the SFL's network on Twitch, presented by APM Music. Indy now in scoring range, and now it's a bit of game of chicken here. Queen City has all 3 timeouts. Don't want to turn the ball over, but also don't want to give Queen City another shot at getting the ball back. What are they going to do? Run to Swearingen. Swearingen will lose yards. No timeout from Queen City. King with the TFL.
Wow, really surprised Queen City elects not to take a timeout here. If I'm Indianapolis, I am calling number 32 on 2nd and 3rd down. I want to run this clock. I want to give this game to Pena and his legs, see if we can take the lead and let our defense do the rest.
Pepper going to throw now. Daly turns around and grabs it with one hand. This guy has shown up to the party, and now Queen City realizes exactly what's going on here. They take a timeout and force a difficult 3rd and 4 decision.
Wow, veteran move there by Daly not to go out of bounds. Usually we see SFL receivers will try to make that catch, and their momentum pulls them out of bounds. But there, as you said, Daly to head upfield and get them closer to what could be a critical 1st down.
3rd down and 4, the 15. Indy down 1 in scoring position. Handoff, Swearingen. Swearingen got caught behind the line. Queen City will burn a timeout, and they'll get another shot at it. It looked like Swearingen had some space, but he just couldn't get the burst early.
Wow, if he could have gotten that 1st down, that really puts this game away. But would we expect anything else in a game like this for Queen City's defense to step up, force Pena to try and take the lead in this game, and give their offense plenty of time to do the same on the other side of the field?
It's a 31-yard field goal for Pena, and he is 3 for 3 tonight. He's been the man offensively, and that field goal is good from 31 yards away. What a night for Roman Pena, and the 1-5 Red Devils are in the lead against the 5-1 Corsairs as we tick down to under a minute and a half.
And it's the first lead by Indy at home here with 1 minute and 22 seconds left in the 4th quarter. That just tells you what kind of a game this has been, a defensive juggernaut. And now the Red Devils defense, who has played so well all night, can they put the kibosh on Caswell and Odom, the championship experienced players, and stop them from getting into field goal range?
So the ball's on the 29-yard line. Queen City would need probably to the Indy 33. That is 38 yards of offense, you would assume, passing. Caswell has 41 yards all night passing. How are they going to get 38 here with 1:19 to go? Indy's defense has to stand tall one last time. Queen City with 1 timeout. Caswell to throw. Has to check it down again. Pressure was coming in his face. No gain. 2nd down.
I actually think that's a veteran move, Cam. You don't see anything. You don't want to take a sack. Don't want to have to use your last timeout. What do? You just basically throw it out of bounds to Odom. And this is 4-down territory, so you're going to get 3 more chances to cross that 1st down marker. Just a smart play by Caswell not to make another mistake as he's thrown probably a career level of interceptions in this game.
1:15 left. 2nd and 10, empty. Indy rushes just 3. Deep ball, 1-on-1. Knocked away. Steve Vitek undercut the route. What a play by Vitek to take it away from Hudson. Hudson and Curtis tonight combined have 3 catches for 36 yards.
Yeah, and Cam, I was actually going to mention that. We really haven't heard Hudson's name at all tonight, and very little from Curtis. But, boy, they could really make a name for themselves if they're able to come away with a play like that. But an excellent job by Vitek.
3rd down and 10, 1:11 to go. Caswell looking around for somebody. Finally getting open is Villanueva. 1st down to the 44.
need to try and get it to the 35-yard line on Indy's side of the ball to make some type of field goal range there.
Caswell looking around and then is sacked. Ooh. I believe that was Temple that got in there. Yes, it was. Clock ticking. 45 seconds. 2nd and 12. One timeout left. Caswell caught at the 38-yard line. Hudson.
They are 3 to 4 yards away from field goal range here.
30 seconds left. Caswell again. Down the middle. Caught it again at the 26-yard line. Chris Curtis, he's got more passing yards on this drive than he's had all night. 16 seconds and they spike it.
Wow, Cam, give you a second to rest your voice there, but boy, back-to-back plays in the passing game. We've seen the Corsairs struggle to pass the ball all night. The key has been in this series, no huddle. Able to really put this defense on their heels, and Caswell coming through in the clutch to find his receivers well into field goal range now.
16 seconds, one timeout, be a 43-yard field goal from here. Caswell going to throw. Caswell going deep, wants it all, and he almost gave the game away. Sinyak almost had pick 4. That would have sealed it. Now 12 seconds left.
Well, I'm just amazed they went for a pass in this situation. Why not run Odom? Give him an opportunity to put your field goal kicker in whatever position on the field makes him the most comfortable. Instead, they go 4 wide and nearly get the ball picked off.
12 seconds left. They're going to kick it, Steven. I think they got spooked by Caswell's near interception there. This is a 43-yard field goal for Ricky Matthews to put Queen City back ahead. Good snap, good hold. Matthews' kick is good. And Queen City regains the lead with 8 seconds left. Unbelievable.
Wow, what a clutch performance by this kicker, but by this offense, and particularly Caswell, to have amnesia about all the interceptions he's thrown in this game, come back to his championship self, and drive his team down the field. And Cam, I think the reason why they took the field goal on 3rd down, because if something happens, something messes up there between the center and the quarterback there that's holding the ball, there's an opportunity there on 4th down to re-kick.
Andrews on a return. Can he start some magic? Cannot. And that leaves Pepper with 1 play at the 32-yard line. Does Indy even have a play that can get him that deep? We haven't seen it much tonight. They don't run a lot of deep stuff, at least in this particular offense. And Indy has one last chance. 3 receivers. Tom Pepper gets it away quickly. Knocked away. That's it. Time has run out. Game over. Wow. What a shame. I thought there might have been 1 second left, but Queen City has escaped and moves to 6-1 in one of the most stunning 1-minute drives I've seen in league history.
Yeah, and really, a disappointing ending for Indianapolis, as I believe their defense really put on the greatest defensive show that we've seen so far, at least on Friday Night Lights here in the SFL, limiting Caswell to 88 passing yards, Camp, and many of those yards come on the final series to win the game for the Corsairs. They just did a terrific job tonight, but of course, the 4-time champions, showing you exactly why they have 4 trophies on the mantle, able to survive these kind of games. And trust me, guys, they really did survive tonight. And a big kudos to also Queen City's ability to get pressure on Tom Pepper. He had Corsairs in his face all night long, struggled to make completions just to even see his receivers. So really a defensive battle where Queen City's experience and championship abilities came shining through on that last series.
Wow, look at that kick. That was the Roman Pena field goal that was good. That almost hit the upright. That was about as close as you can get to a made field goal without missing it. And look at Matthews, man, right down the middle. What a cool customer to win the ball game. And for Indy, you just got to feel for him. Best game we've seen out of the Red Devils in quite some time.
Yeah.
Odom really was only a factor early. He was exhausted by the fourth quarter, despite not getting a lot of carries and a lot of looks in the first quarter. And Queen City, you mentioned it earlier, Steven, these are the type of games that they win. They just make it happen at the end of the day.
Yeah, and let's not forget, this is a Indianapolis offense that we saw had an opportunity to make a 49-yard field goal with Pena and opted to punt the ball instead. So we saw just from a different angle that Pena go-ahead field goal was shaky. So you kind of understand now why they weren't willing to risk a 49-yarder. But you never know. That could have been the difference in the game.
Queen City escapes. And I mean that. They escaped. Here tonight on Friday Night Lights, a presentation of the SFL Network. For Jeff Melanician on stats, Stephen Mullenax, I'm Cam Irvine. Stay tuned for more action tomorrow night on YouTube. Good night, everybody.
Wave goodbye, Cam.